Hello world and all who inhabit it. That's my first time saying it after the video that I posted, and this is just a weird video for that to be the first time that I say it. I'm sorry that the lighting sucks. I'm sorry that like my hair looks kind of greasy. I literally showered today, but then I put some oil in it and now it just looks greasy and I just hate it. And I'm just having a moment. I've been putting off recording this video for a couple weeks, almost a month. It's hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that it's been almost a month. Okay, so let's get into it. So if you've been watching my channel or you keep up with me or anything, then you know that I was with my boyfriend who I broke up with before. We broke up and then we got back together. And honestly, when we got back together, I really felt like that was it. Like when we were together before, I always had this uncertainty. And I always felt like we weren't gonna make it. And then when we got back together, I had never felt more sure about being with him in my life. I was so positive that I was gonna marry him and have his kids. There wasn't a doubt in my mind when we got back together. Sometime in October, things just randomly, not randomly, I think it's just he just was super busy, and I just felt like he wasn't connecting with me. He just seemed like he had other stuff on his mind. He was just busy, which is like, I'm happy for him, but I think it started to take a toll on me, and of course I was not happy about it, but I was still trying. But I just felt like he just didn't want to be in it anymore. And I think there's just kind of this reoccurring theme of he's only with me when it's convenient, and that really hurts because my relationship with him has been the least convenient thing I've ever experienced in my life. I have gone out of my way to be with him. I've sacrificed everything to be with him. And I'm not saying he didn't make sacrifices, but I think at the end of the day he was always looking out for himself, which is smart, and I should have been doing the same thing. But I genuinely, I wouldn't take it back. I guess I don't agree with it then, actually, because I love very hard and I'm very loyal, and I'm gonna lower this a little bit. I just feel like maybe he just didn't love me the same way I loved him, because when I love people, I really do go out of my way for them, and I make time for them, and they're my priority. Especially when it's like my partner, the person that I'm like in love with. Like that's heavy, you know. I don't take that lightly. I never did with him, because I'm just not a committal person. Like I'll be really into somebody and be doing whatever, and like date them and all this stuff, but I just don't. When I love you, I love you, and I don't like love a lot of people. This is like hard to talk about. I was having this rough day. Like it's been almost a month. I've been swearing off even doing anything or dating anybody. I don't think I'm gonna be in a relationship. I want to give myself at least a year before I even get in a relationship, because I mean I was with John for 6 years. That's a long time, and it was my entire young adult basically, like 17 through 23. That's a very significant time in your life. So I haven't had time to figure out who I am or what I want in a guy. I still need to figure that out, because to be honest, like he is like everything I wanted, except for the fact that he just didn't want to be that person, if that makes sense. Like he had every quality that I wanted. Obviously he wasn't perfect. Mostly the things that he didn't do, the things that I wanted more, like the things that I wish that he had that other people probably do have, are things that were a choice. It's not his looks, it's not the way he loved me, it's not the way he talked, it's not the things that he liked. It's just the way that he chose to love me was wrong. And that hurts, because I really feel like I chose to love him the right way in a lot of cases. But then at the same time, it's hard for me not to take some blame, because I did some pretty horrible stuff, you know, and I have a hard time loving people like in a healthy way, and I'm working on it. And I have a hard time receiving love in a healthy way as well, and those are things that I'm working on. But it sucks because I know it's gonna take a while. I'm going from having somebody all the time who I just would have done anything for him. I literally would have done anything for him. That's like not a joke. That's not an exaggeration. It's not a hyperbole. I would have done anything for him, and I still would, because I really do love him. But sometimes it's okay to love somebody and not be with them because it's not good for you, and it's not good for me to keep doing this. It's like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Like he just tugs me around like a rope. I'm literally just in so much pain, like, but I don't know how to deal with it, so I'm just learning how to live with it. When I cry, it makes my dog nervous, and I know that's because, like, when she's seen me cry a lot, it was when me and him were fighting. She was really like his dog too. That's something that's been hard today. I think it was hard because, one, his friend like followed me on Instagram for some reason, which was really weird because I was like, I was just very confused by that. Even though this person is wonderful, by the way. I loved a lot of his friends. A lot of his friends were really, really cool people. I love his family too. I love him. There's no hatred or anything, which is why it hurts so much. It would be easier if I hated him. But like, I was just looking at my dog and I just remembered moments he had with my dog, because like my dog loved him so much. She was obsessed with him. That was like her favorite human. And now he's like not in our lives. I know she's just a dog. It's not like she's a kid or anything. But I love my dog a lot. And me and her both loved him a lot. Oh my god. I just, yeah. I'm not ready for anything. I'm not ready for life. I'm trying just to process this. I wanted to talk to the camera because I just had like a moment today where I was like, I can't, like, it really hit me, you know? Just like, oh my god, he's just not, you know? Which is so, I know that this happened like literally last year, because last year was when we broke up. Like, I moved out of his house, which we had been living together for like 3 or 4 years. I miss living with him. Like everything about him was like great. I can't complain. Like, I know, yeah, okay, he did some pretty horrible things, and so did I, honestly. Like, we both did not good things, and the relationship was very unhealthy at a lot of moments. But it didn't matter to me. Maybe that's my problem. But I can't stop loving somebody, you know? And I think it's so crazy that people can just turn that off. I'm just not like that. I've never been like that. This sucks. This sucks. But I've been putting off talking about it. But the last video I recorded, obviously I recorded it before Halloween. It took me a long time to get it up because I've been going through this. And even when I recorded that, obviously I wasn't okay. Like, you could tell, like, it was funny when I was like having like a moment, like I was having a breakdown. But I was having a breakdown because that I had already felt like me and him were not doing okay. Like, I was like alone and he wasn't talking to me. I was like on Periscope and like people were saying like, oh, well, you're alone, but you have a boyfriend. Why aren't you talking? Why aren't you with your boyfriend? Why aren't you with your boyfriend? Like, that's the question of the century, isn't it? Like, why? The fact that so many people were asking me that question was so ridiculous. Like, like, why wasn't I with my boyfriend? Because he didn't want to be with me. He didn't want to be around me. And I could feel it, you know? I could feel that things just weren't working out. And it bummed me out. So I was really sad that day. It had hit me like a week before that, I think, honestly. But on Halloween, I was just like, look, like, what's going on? And then we talked and he broke up with me. Again, for like the 6th time. And I can't keep doing it. Like, I was driving. This is the first time that when he broke up with me, I had people to talk to, like, right away. So I was driving, and I was being very dangerous. Like, I could have crashed because I was being so emotional. I was sending voice memos to my friends, like, as I was driving, like, just sobbing, telling them, like, he dumped me again, I don't know what to do. Like, it hurt so bad when it happened. I literally, like, I was like, just, like, say it, look me in the eyes and say it. And then when he said it, like, I had to close my eyes because I was so overwhelmed, and I literally felt like something went right through my chest. And that's so weird that that's like a thing. Like, I don't really get why that happens, but I just felt like something just hit me right in the chest, and I was like, I felt it punch me, like, not punch, just like the arrow just going through your heart. And I think that's so crazy that that's like a thing, but like it hurts so bad. I was so devastated because I really felt it. They're so greasy. I hate it. It's not even greasy, it's just that stupid oil. It's disgusting. I'm so angry. Like, how do you get rid of this when it happens? I have to rewash my hair? That's annoying. I knew I had to record this video. This channel for me is an outlet to talk openly about everything that I'm going through, whether people watch or not. And this is just what I'm going through. And this is like my medium is like talking, you know, to a camera. And I knew today I just really needed it. It's so weird because when I broke up with him last year, it was like I was so like, I just rebounded so quick. Like, I was dating guy after guy after guy. Like, I was constantly needing that male attention. And I've really learned that that's a problem for me. Like, needing male affirmation. Like, just needing guys to, like, be telling me whatever all the time. Like, and it's just not. I need to not be like that. Because I wasn't like that before. Like, I think I always kind of was, but I never had male attention, so I didn't know what it was like. But once I started getting it, I was very addicted to it. Like, it was hard for me to not try to get it all the time. And now I'm at a point where it's like, okay, but is the stuff you're saying, you know, is it really in line with who you are? And a lot of the time it's not. I'm just doing it because I think that's what they want to hear. So I'm learning how to talk to guys and people in a way that's like, no, this is genuinely how I feel and who I am, you know? Because that just wasn't me before. I hope my camera's flashing because that just means it's going to split the file into two, but it's like, stop flashing. I get it. I know. Relax. I need to love myself first, you know? And I don't. I was so dependent on John loving me. I was so dependent on it. And I'm so thankful for him. Like, thank you, next. Like, I'm so thankful for him because I honestly don't think I would be alive if he didn't come in when he came in, you know? Like, maybe I would be, but there were so many, I don't know. I really, really am so thankful that he helped me get through some tough stuff. But I need to learn how to get through it on my own, you know? But damn, like, I'm so thankful for the last like 6 years. But I also knew like maybe towards the end of like the 4th or 5th year that I didn't like where I was going. Like, that I wanted to change. And I know I talked about this in the video, it's called Changes, that I uploaded like a while ago. This is an old video. But I know I needed to change. I know I needed things to change. But that does not discount how much I loved the last 6 years of my life. Some of the best days of my life happened in the last 6 years. There were just moments that, like, I just looked at him and I was like, oh my god, like, I'm so happy to be with you. And I felt that reciprocated. And I'm never gonna let that go. Maybe he's not the person that I can do that with anymore because it's just not a good match. Like, he can't, it's just not, it doesn't work for a lot of reasons. But I know that love is like a real thing. And it is so wonderful. It's like, it's literally one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. Honestly. I would never, ever trade that in. I would never. I feel so lucky that I even got to experience the great moments. They were so... and that's the one thing I feel like people don't understand when I tell them. I don't think most people know what it feels like. It's so intense. It's like everything else honestly doesn't matter. Everything else goes away. You couldn't possibly feel closer. You couldn't possibly hold them close enough because you literally just want to melt into each other. That is so amazing. It is so beautiful. It is the best feeling in the world. It is the best feeling in the world. I can't, like, if you haven't felt it, I know one day you will. You have to open yourself up to it. And when you do, like, you'll be like, wow, like, I really appreciate this. Like, but just appreciate it for what it is. Like, love is so beautiful. I think some people experience it more than once, of course, you know. But I just think it takes a long time when it's like when it's over. And I also think it just never really goes away in a sense. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna look at him and not love him. Like, that's not possible. What I need to do is love myself more. I need to love myself the most, you know? And then maybe like I can love somebody else too, just as much. if not more. I don't know how that's possible. I feel like once you feel love, you really feel it. And that they'll respect everything about me, even the part of me that like loves John. And I'm not saying like I love him, like I want to be with him. That's not, it's too much now. Like it's too much. It's just not gonna happen. Like I don't want to continue what was happening because I'm so not in love with being pulled around all the time. I'm so not in love with that. I need to come first. And when a relationship makes you unhappy, it doesn't matter how much you love that person, you have to come first. And I love him as a person. I think loving somebody as a husband or a partner or a wife or whatever, I think those are things that you work on and you actively make happen. So that I'm choosing not to do. So that's just not, that doesn't exist. But loving a human like the way I love my best friends or the way I love my family, that's the way I love him. It's just not in the same way. It's not romantic. But there's always going to be like loyalty, like I care. I want him to be okay. I want him to be happy. And that doesn't go away. That never goes away. You can replace love with hate all you want, but that hate is coming from a place of still caring enough to show them some kind of emotion, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure I'm just rambling and this is hard to understand, but this is the best way that I can explain it, and I really just need to like talk about it. It has been a rough ride. I'm not sure I have much to say, and I don't want this video to drag out because I really don't. I hate that like a lot of my channel is me like crying and being lame or whatever. My makeup looks good. I really like smoking up my lower lash line. I think it helps a lot. I don't want this to like be my channel. I really love making like the mukbangs and the funny videos and vlogs and just like stuff like that. But I love watching Trisha Paytas because she's a person and I'm a person. So I'm trying to just be a person on here. That means that I have moments like this and sometimes I'm just sad. Sometimes things just suck. I don't know that I have anything else to say and it's about to hit the cap, like it's gonna stop recording. But I just thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient. Thank you to my friends for being patient. I know it's annoying hearing about somebody who's like having a hard time getting over someone, but when you felt like love, I think you get it. If you're going through something similar or have been through something similar, I appreciate advice, or I'm willing to be there for you and empathize with you because we don't need to be alone. If there's one thing I learned about love is that love comes from human connection, bonding, and just empathizing and not feeling alone. Because yeah, we're all alone. We're all the only ones living in our own body, but at the same time, like connecting with people that's why we're alive, honestly. It's just to connect with each other and feel joy and love and happiness. I think I'm gonna go. I love you guys. I really do. Because if you're watching this, you're connecting with me and I'm sharing in the love. I know I've talked about this before. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please subscribe and I guess like this video. I don't know. Just please stick around because I don't know. I like it. Hopefully you like it too. Thank you. I love you guys and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.